Tonight's case isn't a mystery you solve. It's a wound you feel. A young man walks into what looks like a regular spa. Soft lights, herbal scent, music drifting through the hall. He's here for the same reason he's been here many weekends before. But this time, he freezes. He sees a woman walking into a private room and realizes it's his sister. What happens next tears apart an entire family of four and shocks a whole community. This isn't just a story about a crime. It's about shame, poverty, pride, and how one decision can destroy everything it was trying to protect. This episode includes sensitive themes and violence. I'll keep it respectful, but listener discretion is advised. Let's step into the story. Picture a simple home. 4 people. A father, a mother, a son, and a daughter. The father owns a tiny vegetable stall. Nothing fancy, just enough to fill the table and keep dignity intact. The mother cleans houses for others. She leaves before sunrise and returns with tired hands but a warm smile. They are not rich, but they are united. They dream of giving their children the education they never had. The son, Mustafa, is the family's pride. He passes his national exam, the one that can open doors to university. He could go to college, but he decides to work and help his parents. A noble choice, or so it seems. He takes over his father's produce stall. He's charming, polite, always smiling. Customers love him. Within months, sales double. But success can whisper dangerous things. When the money starts flowing, Mustafa begins to change. He buys new clothes, flashy shoes, the latest phone, and somewhere along the way, generosity turns into indulgence. He starts hanging out with people who show him a different kind of life. Late nights, easy fun, quick pleasure. He meets an assistant, a young man who becomes his daily shadow. This assistant is reckless, hungry for thrills, and soon he pulls Mustafa toward the edge. One evening, the assistant calls. "Bro, guess what? The center just called. New girls tonight. You in?" Mustafa hesitates. Then curiosity wins. They drive there. The building glows with warm light. Incense burns. Music hums. It looks like peace and hides its opposite. They're walking down the corridor when Mustafa notices a familiar silhouette. A woman with tied hair moving toward a private room. He only sees her back, but something inside him knows. He looks closer. His chest locks. It's Amina, his sister. In that place, he can't breathe. 2 thoughts crash together. If she sees me, my world ends. If my friend sees her, I'll kill him. He grabs the assistant. "We're leaving, right now." They rush out. No words, no explanation. But leaving a building doesn't mean leaving a nightmare, because his mind stays inside that room.
He doesn't open the stall. He doesn't eat. He drinks, bottle after bottle. Amina, unaware he saw her, knocks on his door. "What's wrong, brother? You're scaring us." He can't answer. His parents think he's sick, but he's replaying one image. His sister entering that room. The guilt eats him alive. He knows exactly what happens in those rooms. He's lived it. And now the same sin has reached his home. He hates her for it. He hates himself more. He drowns both hatreds in alcohol until there's no line between pain and madness. After 7 days of drinking and silence, Mustafa reaches a twisted conclusion. If she keeps working there, this shame never ends. I have to stop it forever. He doesn't think of saving her. He thinks of erasing her. He calls the same center. I want a session with one of your new girls, the slim one from last time. Don't tell her who I am. Just put her in the room. The manager recognizes his voice. Regular client, no problem. She arranges everything. That night, Amina gets ready like any other shift, unaware her next client is her own brother. Mustafa walks in holding a small knife tucked in his jacket. Amina turns around and freezes. For 1 second, their eyes meet. Confusion, fear, shame. She tries to speak. "Mustafa, what are you doing here?" He lunges. Rage takes over. He doesn't see his sister anymore. He sees the ghost of his own guilt. When the manager hears the screams and opens the door, he turns the knife on her, too. 2 bodies fall. Silence fills the spa. When the police arrive minutes later, Mustafa is already gone. But he hasn't run away. He's walking toward the nearest police station. He walks in, clothes stained, hands shaking, carrying a plastic bag. The officers stare. He smells of alcohol, eyes red. He says, "I came to turn myself in." They ask for what? He asks for coffee and a cigarette. They bring it. He sips, smokes, then opens the bag. Inside is his sister's head. The officers freeze. They cuff him. He doesn't resist. He says, "She was my sister, and she worked there." In custody, Mustafa talks for hours. He tells them everything. How he met the assistant, how they became clients, how he saw his sister, how he spent a week drinking, how he planned the murder, and how he walked in carrying a knife. He speaks with chilling calm, as if explaining someone else's life. Imagine being the parents. You get a call from the police. They tell you your daughter was working in an illicit center. She was killed. Her killer is your son. He turned himself in, carrying her head. The mother collapses before the sentence finishes. Cardiac arrest. Gone. The father suffers a stroke. He survives, but half his body doesn't. 4 people at the start. Now, 1 in a grave, 1 in another grave, 1 in a wheelchair, 1 behind bars. That's what shame and silence can do. The court wastes no time. 2 murders, premeditation, no possible parole for decades. Mustafa accepts it. He tells the judge, "I've already sentenced myself." But justice is small compared to what's already been lost. How do you punish someone whose punishment is being alive?